Hi guys. Yeah, so I wanted to update again. It's kind of 4 weeks since my second surgery, so I thought I'd do a 4 week update. I'm actually not sure whether I should say this is 4 weeks or almost 5 weeks because my original surgery, it will be 5 weeks on Wednesday, which is 2 days from now. Um, but because I had to be reopened, I've kind of been counting it from the second surgery. So I'm 4 weeks out from the second surgery, almost 5 weeks from the original breast reduction. So I thought I'd give a little update. In my last video, I had good news, which was that I was being put on antibiotics and we were hopefully going to clear up all this fluid in my breast. I was really happy at the time, and then a couple days after I posted that video, we had some problems, which is just at this point just to be expected. I'm just a problematic person. So basically, what happened is the antibiotic that they put me on, which is ciprofloxacin, uh, as I mentioned in the last video, it is a kind of hardcore antibiotic. And unfortunately, I ended up having a bit of a reaction to it. My heart, I've already had some pretty bad tachycardia since the surgery, which I'm still not sure why that's happening, but my heart rate is really high. And after I took the antibiotics for about 2 days, when it got to the third day, I just noticed that I was exceptionally tachycardic. I used my stopwatch and took my pulse, and it was over 180 beats a minute, which is disastrous. So I was kind of laying on the couch, dizzy. I had the shakes. My hands were just like shaking. I felt like I'd drunk, 40 cups of coffee. I was really not doing well. So I called my doctor's office and I said, "This is happening. What do I do? Is it from the medication?" And they said, "Yes, stop taking it right now." So I had to basically detox for 12 hours until the next dose was due. And by the time the next dose was due, it was calming down a bit, which was good. So basically, he told me just stay off the antibiotic and we're going to see how it goes over the next few days. I have an appointment tomorrow morning to go see them. So that's good. um, because basically how I'm healing now is my left breast, I'm not bandaging at all anymore. There's tiniest little bit of discharge from where the drain was, but it's so minimal as I don't really need anything for it. My right breast, all of the holes have mostly closed up except for the big one. That one is still causing me problems, which is really annoying. It's still really big. It's still kind of leaking a lot. There's still a lot of fluid inside, which is frustrating, but it's getting better. Overall, everything's getting better. And it feels like it's two steps forward and one giant step back, but I know it's going good. Hopefully tomorrow my doctor can help me figure out something to do for this hole because it does not seem to be getting better. This one hole just is open and weeping, and it's getting really frustrating. I always have to have surgical pads in my bra, which is really frustrating. I did go to Target yesterday and bought new bras because my sports bras that I've been wearing have been really digging into where my incisions were, and so they're getting uncomfortable. So I thought I'd go and pick out a couple other sports bras. I was looking for the front closing ones, but I couldn't find any. I think the only ones that are front closing are the ones I actually already own, and those are the ones that are hurting me. So I went ahead and bought two sports bras that close in the back, but they're kind of lycra-ish. I don't know. They're two different brands. I also found one, which is a regular soft cut bra, no underwire, but it's a real bra, and it was a 36C, and it seems to be fitting really well. So I'm really excited by that because the last time I was a C cup, I was 9, which is weird for me. I also found, and I'm wearing it right now. I'm wearing pajamas, a matching pajama set, and the top has a built-in bra. And don't know how well you can see it, but yeah, it's just the bra is kind of built in. You can see my surgical pad, but this bra fits really well, and it's spaghetti straps. I have never in my whole life ever been able to wear spaghetti straps. Um, I've gone with strapless gowns before, which was really hard because I had to have massively like bound down breasts. But this is the first time ever I've been able to rock spaghetti straps. It's not digging into my shoulder. There's no lines or anything pulling, and I'm not like looking ridiculous. I mean, I'm a big girl, so it's not necessarily the most flattering thing, and no makeup and hair is crap, but I don't care. This is my pajamas. I'm super comfortable. I'm super nice and cool in my warm house, and I'm just so excited to be able to wear spaghetti straps. Um, but yeah, so that's basically where we're at. The last couple of days, I've had a little bit of nuisance in that a couple days ago, my sons have been kind of acting out a lot lately, and I think it's because they haven't been getting enough mommy attention because I've not been able to do much with them. This recovery's kind of kicked my ass, and the kids have kind of suffered a little bit for it. And so they're very much wanting mommy to do everything for them now. They don't want daddy helping them. They don't want daddy holding them or comforting them when they hurt themselves. They want mommy. And even though I've been sleeping in a separate bed upstairs, everybody else is downstairs in their bedrooms, and the kids have kind of complete access to daddy in the king size bed. Every night now, they've been sneaking upstairs and crawling in bed with me. And unfortunately, a couple nights ago, my son hit my breast really hard with his head, and a couple times while he was sleeping, and it was so painful. And then the next day, I had some obligations. I went to a baby shower for a friend, and then I had to take my kids. I had promised them to take them somewhere and do something fun, so I took them to the movies. And again, he was my 2-year-old was crawling all over me, wanted to sit on my lap, and so he kind of digs his head in right into my chest. And so for the last couple of days, this big hole, it's been not just the regular fluid leaking, it's been kind of pinkish tinged. So there's been some blood coming out, which is not a good thing. My breast is still very tender to touch. It hurts. You can kind of tell it's kind of full. It doesn't feel as full with fluid, but it's harder than it has been, firmer. My left breast, I don't know what's going on. Like I said, all the wounds have closed up, but it's feeling more painful than it has since the surgery. I've also had the side of my right breast, right on the outside here. When I first had the surgery, it was very numb. I couldn't feel anything. I could tell I was touching it, but there was no sensation, just pressure. And then after I got rid of the infection and they went in with the second surgery, that all came back and I was able to feel it. And in the last week, it's gone away again. Like there's no sensation there. It's just numb. So that's something I need to ask about. I'm worried that there's another infection. I'm worried of so many things I'm worried about. And I also have, it's really horrible, like on the side of my breast, it's like this giant flap of skin that's just there. And from the groups I'm a part of, they're calling them bat wings. And some people say they go away once all the swelling's gone. Some people say they're here to stay. Some people say the only solution is liposuction, which when people are getting breast reductions, a lot of time they do liposuction of that area. But in my case, they didn't. I didn't ask for it. I didn't even know it was a thing. But I've been talking to my husband, and he's kind of saying if it bothers me, then once I'm healed, I can go and have the liposuction done on that area, because it's not the most pleasant thing, if I'm honest. It looks kind of crap. If I keep my arms down, you can't see it, but if I reach up or whatever, you just kind of see it looks like side boob, which is crap. And then the final thing is my arm, my shoulder area. I think I've mentioned this before. When I first had the surgery, like I could not move my arm. It was so painful, like right in front here. And after the second surgery, I was able to move it a lot more. And over the last few weeks, obviously my range of motion's been really good. I can now lift my arms pretty much straight over my head. But this pain in my shoulder hasn't really gone away. And it's actually right down the front here, just on like the front of my bicep and the front of my shoulder. And it's a really weird, painful feeling. It's like, I feel like maybe I've pulled a muscle. I'm not sure how, but that's what it feels like when you've pulled a muscle really, really badly. And I've mentioned it to my surgeon in the past appointments, and he's basically said, well, we take tissue all the way up to here and all the way to the side, so it could just be that. And I'm not thinking that's it now. I think there's some form of muscle issue, but it's really painful and it makes things really hard. Other than that, I'm recovering. My kids are, I can pick them all up now. I get tired easily, but I'm pretty much able to do most things now. I I have full range of motion for the most part. Like I said, I can pick the kids up without pain. I just have to be careful when I'm holding them against me, because, you know, they like to move and make giant sweeping motions and karate chops, and sometimes they catch me in the chest, which is very painful. So I'm trying to be careful of that. But I'm still sleeping on by myself in the upstairs room. I'm still propped up by pillows on my back. I tried sleeping on my side a couple nights ago. I managed it for a few minutes at a time, on my left side and my right side, as long as I have pillows to kind of hold my arms apart, because if I hold my arms down, it kind of pushes on my boobs, and I don't know. It's crazy how much recovery time this requires. I'm so glad that I don't have a 9 to 5 job, because I'd be screwed if I'm honest. Like, there's no way, and I don't understand how anyone can go back to work 2 weeks after having this surgery. I'm sure most people don't have the issues I've had, but still, like, this is a hardcore thing. And I was reading about it, and they were saying you have to treat it as 2 separate surgeries. Each breast is its own surgery, which I hadn't really thought of it that way before, but it's totally true. Each breast is done by itself. Like, they reduce one, close it all up, make it all better, and then they move on to the next. So it's 2 surgeries. And then obviously I had to go back for a second surgery. So I've had 4 surgeries. Which is just insane. And it, you know, I have to keep telling myself, you know, there's a reason I'm so tired and, you know, cranky and just wanting to sleep all the time. And the fact that I still have work to do, I have, you know, obligations and things that I have to do. And we're about to move house. We've got our final approval on the house we bought, so we're moving next week. So this is a big deal. Like, there's a lot going on that I can't really help with and can't really do. And we have a lot of decisions to make about the kids and blah, 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 blah. You don't want to hear my problems, but I did want to, again, I'm doing my weekly updates so that you guys can see how we're recovering. I do want to say, except for the, you know, kind of pain to touch, there's no real pain. I'm doing really well. I expect if I asked the doctor tomorrow, at my appointment, whether I'm allowed to, like, exercise or, you know, do regular things, I think he would give me full permission to do whatever I wanted. That said, with this hole in my boob, I don't feel really comfortable going out and exercising or running or, you know, even bending. Like, when I'm in the shower, I'm holding my boob when I bend over because I'm just afraid, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm just doing what I'm told. I'm recovering. I'm lucky because I've got this time to recover. I don't have to be back at work or doing anything. I can just be okay. And so that's it for now. I will update again probably next week unless something major happens. If I find something out at my appointment tomorrow that I think would be interesting, then I'll tell everybody. But for now, I'm just gonna head out and rest and relax for a bit. All right, thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the feedback. I hope these are helpful to you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd really love to answer any. I don't really know. I'm just talking about what I think is interesting, but if there's something special you guys want to know, let me know. Leave a comment with a question or email me. My email address is katie@amotherthing.com. So yeah, just drop me a line and I'll answer any questions you guys have. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.